How's it going, everybody? My name is Sai, and today we're checking out Loathe's I Let It In, and It Took Everything. Now, this is one I've heard a lot about. It's been highly anticipated for me to react to it by my Twitch crew, and people over on Twitter have put it on like their album of the year for 2020, just all the way up at the top. I might be sleeping. I don't know. I've not heard a whole lot of Loathe. A few songs have been requested here and there on my Twitch stream, but those are all older stuff. And this is supposed to be this really great front to back experience, if people's words are to be trusted on this one. Other than that, I don't really know a whole lot about it. But I mean, considering how much appraisal this thing is getting, expectations are a little high. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm only human. I can only anticipate something really good. So hopefully that's what we get today. And let's see what we're getting into with the first song, Theme. All right. Got some atmospheric synth going on here. Nice little intro. It's already very immersive. Can almost feel kind of like emotion coming through just with one instrument. And like very odd samples in the background. Alrighty. Let's get into it then. Oh, that's bouncy as fuck. Okay. Damn, alright, the screams are already very bestial, dude. Really serene, clean vocals. That's a different guy. Those two different singers. Ooh, that's scary. Kind of interesting plays on the really aggressive sound, and then this kind of more serene chorus here. And that sentence may sound like it applies to all metalcore, but there's extremes to it, you know. There's intensities. This is very much not intense versus an extremely, extremely intense verse structure. I like the dynamic that the two vocalists are bringing too. I don't have to pop up lyrics to this because I honestly can't understand half of what y'all are saying. A lot of really funky noise in that. Oh. It's intense as fuck already, dude. It's really intense. Slightly off-time drums going off. Alright. Fucking going all the way off. Let's go. That is a very interesting chord structure there. Well, so far we're just kind of punching my skull in, which I like. I'm down with that. Very clean transitions though. It's got kind of like that moody kind of moan slash croon that Deftones has, but obviously very different vocals, in my opinion. It's that kind of same really moody, almost sexy kind of atmosphere. Yeah. They are using a lot of the same tricks as Deftones with like the way he sings, right? So he's got this very forward emotional sound that cuts through the mix, and then he retreats back into the mix and lets all these effects take over his voice, and it's really kind of pleasant and soothing. Especially when you still kind of got those down-tuned guitars going on in the background, even through it all. Just doing different things, but it has the same crunch. I love that. That was really nice. It's not over yet. Little guitar, that sliding guitar line was really nice. It's a very interesting shift of gears from the really heavy crushing 2 tracks that we started off with. Very poetic, kind of obtuse lyrics here. It seems like the last few songs have been about, like, religion, almost. Like trying to find God or being a zealot, so to speak. There's a lot of faith-based lyrics here. Could be wrong, but... The soundscapes in this production are really, really nice. It's like it's simultaneously like soothing and kind of almost daunting at the same time. It reminds me of the soundtrack for the new Blade Runner movie. I forgot what number. It's like 2047 or something like that. But it's just really, really dense and filling, and yet at the same time, kind of pleasing and almost mesmerizing. It's really nice. Well, that's interesting, and again, very daunting, very doom chord right there. Something bad's about to happen. Yep. Ooh, there's a lot to unpack in this one. The kind of distorted, almost electronic feedback on his voice. fucking groove to the guitars. It's all really good. And some more raw and emotional screams here. It's very dark, foreboding atmosphere. Very oppressive. Like even the hypnotic bit. Like a fucking hellhound barking. Goodness. Ooh, all that fucking noise. Oh god. Okay, I guess next song. They don't hype much. I noticed, like they have breakdowns, but they don't have like breakdown hypes. They have like car crashes, you know? You can feel a little bit of tension in the background, but it never really builds. It just sort of slams into you abruptly. That's why I'm having issues like timing my commentary a little bit. I like it though. It's a definite change up from how I'm used to, you know, the metalcore formula working. That is crushing. Oppressive is definitely a vibe I get from this record so far. Like smothering. It really feels like it is trying to take everything. Alright, that's decidedly more upbeat. That's fucking excellent right there. That verse structure is beautiful. From the offbeat drums to the semi-soaring vocals, all those moody atmospherics over it, and that just non-stop noise in the background. A lot of these lyrics are very short. Like the sentences are like just like fragments for most of it. It feels less about the words and more about the feeling, you know? Ooh, the guitar. It changes again. Every time the clean vocals come in, you can distinctly hear the two singers bringing such a different vibe. It really helps mix it up and keep everything sounding interesting. It just kind of fucking submerges you and holds you down underwater, doesn't it? Yeah, you got like all these different genres mixing in, but it all sounds super clean and consistent with the mood and the themes of the album. Like you've got these really punishing heavy tracks, and then you've got those more clean tracks, those soaring, soothing tracks, and none of it sounds at odds with each other. It all sounds like it's going for the same kind of bleak mood. Ooh, there's that golden synth. I do love that synth sound. So nostalgic and warm. I love that fucking sound. I do find it no coincidence that the other album this past year that it popped up in was a Deftones album too. There's a lot of shared identity here. It's just this is like more bleak and depressing overall. Another different tone for the vocals. This guy's, for people going for the same mood in every song, really mixing up the vocals. A lot of range between two people. It makes it so that I can't really cleanly discern who is who, you know? I know the lead singer is singing and I know the guitarist is singing, but I can't figure it out where one ends and one begins, and that's great. Falsettos. So pretty. Excellent how they bring the drums forward here. Very cinematic, moving piece here. Strip it out those acoustics. Okie dokie. I'm here for it. Alright. Gored. Not quite yet. Nice little transition to get into first. Oh no. Pretty time is over. That's a mean, pissed off fucking riff right there. Mixing in those chugs of the fucking drums again. Great effect. Timeless, really. It never fails to punch you in the stomach, doesn't it? Ooh. This one's okay, so we've been doing a lot of emotions here and there. This one's more demonic. It's pissed off, but it's like feral, like an animal being uncaged. Again, the car crash breakdown, dude. Ooh, that's some fucking Norwegian garage fucking black metal right there. Oh damn, okay. Oh, it really is. God, those lows barely even sound fucking human, dude. With that noisy production on it, making it sound especially grody too. They've got like some sort of distortion playing on it. Wow, it's like fucking final boss music at this point, shit. It's a build up. Oh no. God, the way that just turned from a breakdown to just an alright possessed mess is great. Excellent. And this is just horrifying. So foreboding, man. And then we're just back to a very soft, gentle acoustic. I haven't even changed tracks over, it's just how it is. Why not? It hits so hard, and yet you can tell this is decidedly more upbeat than the last song. It's crazy how that works. Oh, the fact that the breaths are louder than his singing is like a little ASMR-y, a little freaky. Honestly, just emotional. Oh, the delays and the mixing of the other vocals, it's like just surrounds you. It's otherworldly. It's so unique. I like how some of these songs just come to like a full stop in the middle to switch gears. It feels like I'm almost listening to multiple songs within one tune, you know? It makes this whole thing feel more cinematic, like there's a start and an end, not so much a individual songs, you know? Now the way it built up to that kind of dropout is really nice. The noise started to pick up, it started to become more messy, and then just... a clean transition to this part. That's a bit interesting. More the way it picks up here, man. Like it's going at its even keel, and then it brings in another chord to really intensify the moment. I like how they transformed that chorus into like a little synthy, very airy melody here. Just very low-key pads playing out the actual singing bits, but these overwhelming sounds, these lush sounds, are just taking over the mix. It's just Damn, dude. Such a mature, restrained choice there. Just silence and then just that. Ushering you into whatever is about to come next. Could go either way. It's very dissonant. Very bleak again. So, that last song was like a brief moment of happiness. I feel like this is not so much happy as accepting. Like, this is my fate. This is how the cookie crumbles. I'm gonna go through that door now. The drums, dude. It's accepting a fate, but it is not a pleasant fate. Eesh. It's an interesting vibe. It feels more absent than anything. This drums sound like an old drum machine, like from the 70s or 80s. Oh, Jesus, that's it. Okay. Wow, it's a very, that's not exactly happy ending stuff right there. Huh. Okay, let's talk about that. So that was I Let It In and It Took Everything by Loathe, and that was fairly incredible actually. Very cinematic, very atmospheric, and at times emotional. It's kind of interesting here. So for starters, let's just set the template for what I feel like this is, right? This is, you took a template. You started off with the idea. You start with an idea. What if Deftones was metalcore? But you don't stop there, right? You don't just do heavier Deftones. You kind of strip out every good element that Deftones has. The very soaring vocals, some of the heavier, groovier melodies, the abstract wordplay, it's a more transcendent experience sound, right? And then you go for adding in your own experiments, dragging in more raw emotion, more mix-ups with the vocals, taking that heaviness like 12 other notches with different degrees. You got emotional heaviness, you've got very raw, honest heaviness, and then you've got just foreboding, demonic heaviness, bordering on black metal and death metal at certain points of the album. It really takes that away, and then it kind of strips away the stuff that maybe personally I don't really find great in Deftones, like certain of the ham-fisted heaviness areas, or just kind of a bit of a repetition, so to speak. That stuff's not here at all. Feels like every song on here is so dynamic and in its own playing field from one another that it's incredible there's 14 of them here. Granted, a few of these are intermissions, but these intermissions are equally important because this is definitely a front-to-back album. It feels like this is more of like a movie soundtrack almost. There's so much stuff here that could be considered background noise, but it's also very oppressive and filling, and it just kind of captivates your attention, and at times it overwhelms it. It's incredible how that dynamic is played off, and yet everything is so clean and well, I shouldn't say assured, well achieved, so to speak, well represented. You can hear the different instruments, you can hear, there's times where it strips down and the drummer is allowed to excel. The bassist is definitely making a lot of soundscapes, but he's not taking the forefront at any point except for a few passages where this really distorted sound comes through. Yeah, and the vocals are another beast of themselves. I think for two vocalists, that was a lot of sound to cover. That's a lot of sound cover for multiple vocalists. It sounded like there were features on here, but I don't see more than just two represented here, and I'm not sure if they were vocals, because on those two, I don't think I heard any outstanding different voices. I don't know, but it's kind of interesting, the wordplay here, because it's very abstract. It is very abstract. There's some like bluntness to it, right? But it's speaking in tongues, you know. It's not saying I feel bad. It's saying the darkness gripping your mind, you know, that kind of wordplay. But it's not totally obtuse. You get the message, and that's kind of the point, I think. Is it's not supposed to be an album that you read the lyrics and you get their message from. It's definitely, the lyrics are supposed to convey the feeling the music is supposed to be giving you. Okay, so when I Let It In and Took Everything, and It Took Everything, the final track, is closing things off on a kind of solemn note. You know, you have this dreamy vibe, it's taking me away, and it's talking about going through the door, you know. Take those elements on their own and it wouldn't really create the same effect, but together they create a very good effect here. Same with once it starts getting more deafening, you know, they start using more abrasive tones like shadows, shock, fear, you know, just very abrasive, dark ideas here. And I'm pretty sure it's all talking about mindset. It's kind of interesting, when the album first started, it felt more like a worldview, like I was talking about, you know, faith, society, culture, you know, stuff like that. But as we started to creep towards the end, it felt more personal. It felt more like introspective, like your mind is fighting against you. And it doesn't, like I said, it doesn't really have a happy ending. It's a pretty bleak and oppressive vibe with the whole thing. But I kind of appreciate that. It feels curt. It doesn't feel overwhelmingly sad to be sad. It feels like there's those hints of good moments, you know, there's those hints of positivity, but ultimately they do get swarmed and blocked out by the darkness. And that's a very real kind of mindset, you know. And so I really appreciated that vibe throughout the whole thing. I'm quite in love with that, actually. I can't really pick out any songs that I would find to be like bad. You know what I mean? Like there's really great tracks. There's some tracks that I think are really great. I wouldn't say filler, because they all have their own vibe. You know what I mean? Like even the fillery tracks, the tracks that don't stand out and really blow my mind, all have their own unique touch. That means that you can go through this album over and over again, and you're not going to skip anything unless you just outright don't like heaviness, or you outright don't like the cleanness, you know what I mean? There's a couple songs that exclusively play with one or the other. I definitely really enjoyed that. I don't think I have much more to say on that. That was just an incredibly solid album, and very fucking moving. That is definitely one of the best that came out of last year, for sure. I would have to agree with everybody on that one. So yeah, go check that out. If you like it, go buy it. I'm hearing rumors that they might be dropping something else, so if they do, I will check that out next. But if they don't, we will see what they drop when they drop. Outside of that, if you guys like this video, please subscribe, hit the like button, go ahead and join my Discord, where you can keep up to date on streams and whatnot. We have a Friday night stream where we bring in music. That's generally the best place to get me to react to like a single song, because I really want to focus my YouTube channel on, you know, album videos like this, with a few exceptions, of course. And yeah, so come on in on those days, Fridays at 3:30 PST. check out the Discord. We're trying to build a little bit of a community here, so hopefully we can get everybody interacting with each other, bringing in good music from all sorts of different vibes. That's what I've really enjoyed so far about the whole Twitch and Discord side is, you know, people have brought in some sounds that I've never even heard of, these bands I've never even heard of, and actually made real fans of me out of it. Loathe is just another great example. I saw it on all those lists, but I was like, okay, I'll let that sit in 2020. And, you know, somebody came in with a couple of songs from their older albums and said, no, you need to check out this album. And that kind of pushed me over the edge, you know. So we're going to do that. And hopefully we'll see you there. But other than that, if you did prefer to stay on the YouTube side, I'll see you next time. Thank you. Peace.